Good evening, children.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
I am good. What about you, Neha?
Fine, ma'am.
Good. Harshit, how are you? Trilokya, how are you?
Ma'am, I'm fine, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
I am also good. Thank you. Okay. So now we will be starting with the next topic. I think we all can turn on the videos now. Neha, Trilokya, turn on the videos now. Harshit, you can also turn on the video. Okay. So the first type or the part of the plant, what we are going to start with is the, not is the actually, are the. So they are the roots. So roots basically come under the root system, right? So different types of the roots will be there, which will be coming under the root system. And the root system has included the root part. It is like only have the root part. Now, when we talk about the root, basically what they are, what they will be doing. They are the green part or the non-green part?
I'm non-green.
Non-green part, right? They are the non-green plant, and what they will be doing, they will be helping the plant to fix into the soil, right? So the root is the part where the soil and the plant, whole plant will get attached to each other, right? So if no roots, then no plant. The plant will not be able to stand upright, right? So that is why it is important to have the root to hold the plant firmly. Now, two main type of the root systems are there. The first one is a tap root. The second one is the, what is the second type of?
Fibrous. Fibrous.
Fibrous root, right? Two types of root systems are there. The first one, tap root. The second one, fibrous root. I think you all are opening the tap, right? Have you all opened the tap anytime? Daily you will be doing, right? For bathing and all, for maybe cleaning something or something like. So when you open the tap, what you will be able to see?
Bottle.
Water coming out, right? But how does it come? Does it come
Through,
from a single hole or it has so many holes in it?
through pores.
One has
There is so
so
many
many
pores.
holes.
Through
Right. So
pores.
many holes, so many pores will be there, right? And when you, as soon as like you open, the different, from the different pores of the holes, it will start coming out. Same way, what happened in the case of the fibrous root system? You cannot identify actually which is the main root. So as soon as you see the root, there will be so many roots joined together actually, right? So it's like, like kind of tap only where when you open it, so many the rays of the water will be coming out, so many water will be flowing out, but ultimately we are not aware which is the main one. So you cannot say this is the main water flowing from this pore. This pore is the main pore. This the pore of that pore is the main pore. You cannot identify that. Same way, in the fibrous root also, we cannot identify which is the main root because from that stem itself, so many other roots will be coming out, which are called as the fibrous roots. Whereas when we talk about the tap root, there will be a single main root. So in the center, what will be there? A single main root will be there. And from that center main tap root, so many small sub roots will be coming out. And those sub roots are called as the lateral roots. Fine means side root. So the roots which comes on the sides, they are called as the lateral or the side roots. Fine. So in the fibrous root, we cannot identify which is the main root, whereas in the tap root, there will be a center main root. And how we can identify? Easily by seeing we can identify. So tap root will have, the center main root, which will be little thick and little long it will be. And on that center and the thick long, the whatever the roots are coming out, they are the side roots. Now, Trilokya, Harshit, and Neha, are you aware what is the monocot and dicot? What do you mean by that?
Monocot is a seed that has only one cotyledon, and a dicot seed is a seed which has two cotyledons.
Very good. Trilokya, have you ever heard this word? Okay. Harshit, do you know about monocot and dicot?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so let me explain you first of all monocot and dicot. So in that case, Trilokya, Neha, and Harshit, you can go and get. I think I have explained you about chana, right? So in the chana, what happened when there will be central line, and from that central line, you can break the chana into two halves, right? So any kind of the any kind of the cereals which can be broken into the two halves, they are basically the dicot. Di means two, and cot means cotyledon. Whereas if you cannot find any kind of the division in that kind of the plant or the crop, that is called as a mono. Mono means single and cot means cotyledon. Like rice. In the rice, if I give you the rice, can you break it into two equal halves?
No.
No, you cannot, right? So that is a monocot because it cannot be broken and it has only one cotyledon. So what you see, the rice, one piece or one seed of the rice is basically that one cotyledon only. But when we talk about the rajma or the kidney beans, there will be a central line, and from there you can break them into two equal halves, the left and the right half, right? So that is the two cotyledons. One will be the left cotyledon, and the second one will be the right cotyledon. So these are what they are, the dicot. Fine. Now the other thing is about the venation. I think venation you might have heard about the venation. So
Yeah.
venation are what? They are the kind of a design which will be present on the leaves, right? You might have seen the different types of the leaf, varieties of leaf you might have seen. So in some of the leaves, what happened? The lines will be like this: one year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, right? They will be like this. But in some of the leaves, you cannot identify. It will be somewhere here, somewhere there, like this, anywhere it will be present, right? So if lines are parallel way, one here, one like this, parallel way, then it is called as the parallel venation. And if it is present in the net-like structure, it means any kind of structure which does not have a fixed kind of, the shape and all, then it's called as a reticulate venation. Finds two types of venation: parallel venation, reticulate venation. In the case of the parallel venation, the veins will be present in the parallel form, whereas in the reticulate, they will be present in the net-like form. Okay. Now, the reason why I told you about the monocot, dicot, or maybe reticulate venation or the your parallel venation, it is because when we talk about the tap root and the fibrous root, they have this. Okay. So how do we identify? Like, there's a shortcut actually. PRD. T stands for the taproot, R stands for the reticulate venation, and D stands for the dicot. It means the plant which is dicot, as like chana or the kidney beans, what kind of venation they will have? PRD. So this is shortcut of trick to learn
Not
actually.
taproot.
T taproot they
Reticulate.
will have, and venation they will have which venation?
Reticulate.
Reticulate is a very, very easy way to learn because you know now also in the class 6 you have this in which planet is present. Later on also in higher classes you have this, and your entrance exams also, Olympiad exams also it comes. Okay, so shortcut is TRD. T stands for taproot, R stands for reticulate, and D stands for dicot. Same way the fibrous root also have a shortcut which is FPM. F stands for fibrous, P stands for parallel, and M stands for monocot. So FPM, so the plant as like the rice. So if you see the rice plant, I think you might have seen the leaves also, right? The leaves of the rice plant. So do they have the parallel venation or reticulate venation? What kind of venation the rice plant will have? Yes, children, what kind of venation they will have? The rice?
Ma'am,
And
parallel.
reticulate.
Ma'am, parallel.
No. Harshit, FPM. F fibrous, P for parallel, M for monocot. And now if monocot means like rice I'm asking about, right? So rice, FPM. P stands for parallel. And what kind of fruit they will have? They will have fibrous. Fine. So this is actually a shortcut to learn. If they ask you, if they say like, in the chana, what kind of the root system do they have and what kind of the venation they have, that is easy to understand and learn also. It is TRD. Chana is a dicot plant. It has a tap root and R means reticulate venation. So TRD, FPM. It's very important for your, future Every time, whenever they ask you anything related to the variation or anything related to the root system, so you should learn this actually the shortcut. So if you learn the shortcut, never ever in your life you will get confused. So FPM TRD, fibrous parallel monocot, taproot, radiculate, and dicot. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt? Any doubt, children? Any doubt, Harshit, Adya, Trilokya? So shall we start writing now? Yes, children? Say yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
So take out your copy. Fine. So we will be writing, I think till last class we have completed about the basic written part. Now we will be starting the root. So root is what? Root is the underground non-green part of the plant which fixes it to the soil. And a very important thing is roots grow away from the light source. So you might have seen. So if the light, wherever the which direction ever the light is coming, always the root will be going opposite from that source. So for example, now suppose here we have a sunflower might be okay. Here we have the sunflower. Now sunlight is here. Now what happened? This sunflower will be going in this direction. Whereas the root which are present, they will start going in this direction. So see here, the upper part is going towards the light, whereas the down one is going away from the light like this. In the second case, now, if the sun is here and the sunflower is here, so what happened? Now in this case, the upper part will go towards the sun that side and the roots will go towards this side. Fine. So since sun is here, they will start moving, the upper part will start moving towards them and roots will go away from the light. So that is why we say that the roots are, what we say that roots are negatively, negatively phototropic. What do we say? We say the roots are negatively phototropic. It means they move, photo means light, okay? So it means the roots move away from the light. That is why we say that roots are negatively phototropic. Whereas if I talk about shoot, shoot moves towards the light or away from the light?
And towards the light.
Towards the light. So that is why in this case, we say that the shoots are positively phototropic because they move towards the light. So the source here is the sun. So from the sun they are getting light And if they are moving towards, they are positive. If they are moving away from that light, then they are negative. Now the next thing, types of root system. So major two types are there, the tap root and the fibrous root. In the case of the tap root, there will be a center main uh, root will be there, and from that center main root, so many other lateral roots will be coming out. Whereas in the fibrous root, from this point, center point itself, so
Ma'am,
many
there are
roots.
secondary roots.
Yeah, secondary roots also they are called as. So in the fibrous root, we cannot identify which is the main root here. So in the tap root, there will be a center. This one is a main primary root, main root, or we also say that as a primary root. And as like Harshit has mentioned, the side ones they are called as the lateral root or the secondary roots also. And on this roots, at the end of all these roots, what do they have? They have these small hairs like this. And these small hairs on at the end of all the secondary roots or the lateral roots, they are called as the root hairs. And through this root hairs only, what do? They will be absorbing the water. So this both the kind of the roots will have the root hairs on them. So these are here the root hairs. Okay. Coming to the writing part, tap root. So in this system, in this type of root system, the main root called tap root, which is also called as the primary root, comes out from the seed after germination. So as the germination happens, then what happens? This center root, the main root, will come out. And this root will be the thick, long. So it is thick, long, and grows vertically downwards in the soil.
Ma'am, can you wait for a second?
Okay, so from starting, do I need to show you the slides?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, no need,
What?
ma'am.
No
Okay,
need,
okay,
ma'am.
okay, okay.
Same, ma'am.
Okay, okay, all right, all right.
Ma'am, done.
Ma'am, just a minute.
Okay, okay.
Ma'am, done.
Okay. Okay, Neha is remaining, I guess. Trilokya, have you written it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the next point is from the tap root, many side roots arise and spread in different directions. So from wherever they are arising, they will start spreading in that directions. And these roots are called as the lateral roots. These side roots are called lateral roots. So example, mustard, basil, radish, carrot, pea. Then the next one is the fibrous root.
Pumpkin.
Complete this. I'll.
No, ma'am, 1 minute.
Okay, okay.
Oh,
Ma'am, done.
Okay,
ma'am, done.
all right. Okay, so we'll go to the next one, which is the fibrous root. Okay, which is the fibrous root system. So in this type of root system, a number of thin fiber-like roots arise from the base. So from the base, what happens? So many thin roots will start arising from the base of the stem. And since so many roots start coming together, so they will look like the bushy kind of thing. So that is why they have bushy appearance. And there is no main root, as all the roots are similar and are called fibrous roots. Done with the children?
Just a minute.
Hmm.
Done, ma'am.
Harshit, Trailokia, done. Adya?
Done.
Okay. And note down the shortcuts also. TRD. T stands for the taproot. So TRD, taproot, reticulate, dicot, fibrous, parallel, and monocot.
Mom, can you show the diagram of taproot and fibrous root?
Yeah.
Okay, mom. That's all.
Then children, Harshit, Neha, Adya, Trilokya done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I have actually I'm sharing a file with you on the WhatsApp. So the file which I have shared is on the WhatsApp. Just open that. There, it's all about the root. What is root? The different activities are given, small activities are given. The activities say that to go to a garden, try pulling out some grass from the ground. So what do you need to do? You have to take out the grass from the ground and then put 3 or 4 seeds of gram in some wet wool. Keep the cotton wet by sprinkling water every day. So what you should do, you should take a gram and you should take it on the cotton, wet cotton, and daily you have to give some water, sprinkle some water until the sprouts grown in the young plants. After a week, try to separate the young plants from the cotton wool. So once they are grown, you should separate both the seeds as well as the cotton. Are you able to do that or not? That is a observation. So was it easy to separate the cotton wool from the roots? Will it be easy or will it be hard now to separate the cotton once the plants start growing?
Mom, it's hard to separate cotton.
Yeah, it will be hard actually. Once the seed starts growing, once the root starts coming out of it, it becomes hard to separate them. Okay. Now it is not easy to separate the cotton wool from the roots. So this means the roots hold the plant firmly in the soil. They are said to be anchor the plants to the soil. So since they help them in the anchoring, that is why they are called as anchor. Then one more activity is given in the box. After that, it is given the differences between taproot and the fibrous root. And few questions are given there. Two questions are the your 1 marks, 2 marks questions, and the remaining third question is the filling the blanks. After reading the whole page, you should solve them. So what you should do, you should copy this taproot and fibrous root differences in your copy now. Fine. So copy this now in your copy.
Mom, tomorrow is our science exam.
So you have prepared well for it. Do you have any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay. If in case you have any doubt, just let me know. Okay. So which all chapters are coming, Harshit?
Ma'am, in bio,
Which all?
food, where does it come from? Food and its importance. Fiber to fabric. Fiber to fabric. Separation of substances. Sorting materials into groups. The things
Okay.
around us. And materials around us.
Okay, okay. So it means like little easy chapters are only coming.
Yes, ma'am.
So you all have written now?
Mom, almost.
Okay. So for today's homework, it will be to complete this thing as well as till wherever whatever we have done, you need to learn them also. And I have one more question, like desert plants, they have relatively longer roots. Why the desert plants, they have the longer roots? So what is the reason of that? Why they have the longer roots? Instead of like shorter roots, they have the longer roots. Why so?
Mom, can I?
You tell me, Neha?
Mom, because what there's a scarcity of
One,
water
one,
in
one minute, one minute. Wait, what? किसके?
Can I?
Yeah, Neha, tell me.
Mom, there's scarcity of water in deserts, so
Hmm.
it's hard for the plants to find any water on the surface of the water or a little deeper into soil. So
Hmm.
the roots are really long to absorb water like deep into the soil.
Soil. Very good, Neha. Very good. Everything is correct. The only thing is you should use the word penetrate actually. The roots should go very deep, right? So it means penetration.
Penetrate.
So the root need to, they have to penetrate deep inside the soil so as to absorb more water and so as to get the water also. Because we know very well in the desert what happened, they will not have much sufficient water. That is why the table, the table, underground table, that is like the presence of the water table, will be very much, less. So because of that, they have to penetrate deep into the soil, and because of which the roots becomes longer actually. So that is a kind of adaptation they will have in them. Whereas in the normal area, normal place, normal plain areas and all, what happens, they do not have the much longer because easily they can get the water, they can hold it, they can absorb it and all. But in them, they will be penetrating deep into the soil. Fine, children?
Also, I'm done with the writing of the notes.
Okay, fine. Fine. Good, Neha. Okay, so once you complete, children, all the notes, you can share me the notes on my WhatsApp. And in the next class, we will be starting with the modification and functions of the root. So some of the modifications are being done in the root. What are they? What are the functions of the roots? So these two things we will be discussing in the next classes with their examples also, like the prop root, stilt root, adventitious root, storage roots. So the different types are there. Those we will be discussing. All right. Okay, children, and thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.